I just have to make a quick call, sorry.
So Susanna, as soon as it's 6 o'clock, you can start.
Super.
So just a reminder to download the InShot app. Isn't that right, Susanna?
That's perfect. Thanks very much. It's available on Apple and Android for free. We'll get started in a minute. Everybody is on time, doing
So
this thing justice.
there's usually a few stragglers. So I mean, if we start
Okay.
at 6:01, it's not an issue.
Okay. Alrighty, I think we'll start doing the introduction because that will take a few minutes and people who need to join can join. Welcome everybody. Hope your day has been going well. My name is Susanna and I manage video production at the International Trade Center, which is based here. It's the UN and World Trade Organization joint agency that works to help small businesses. So today we're going to learn how to make 1-minute videos. So if you've seen, if you joined us a bit earlier, you would have noticed that you have to download an app called InShot. I'll put it in the comment box for those joining just now. So please download InShot, whether you're on Apple or Android. And it looks like from the comment boxes that we have about a good mix. Like half of you have not produced videos before on your phone and half of you have. So today's thing is going to be super simple. You can learn it now and go ahead and create a video. So there's no problem with that. Before you actually even start to create a video though, you have to know what you want to say. So for this 1-minute video, you want to pitch your solution that you're working on now with your team. So the suggestion that I have is in 3 steps. Step 1, in the first 10 seconds of your video, introduce your solution. In that, you want to say what your solution is and then why it matters, because the judges will judge your solution based on those 2 things. So the video that I will show you, it's a mock-up video that I made to show you how to make a video. I pretended that we're creating the Versus Virus website as a solution. So for that, we're producing the website. Why? Because it's one way to get everybody together on one platform to create one solution. So that's part 1, introduce your solution. Part 2, show what your solution is. And this part you can take a longer time, like 40 seconds to describe what it is, either by creating a PowerPoint, with screen grabs of the prototype that you created, or maybe you have graphics that you want to show for 40 seconds with some voiceover describing how that solution that you're creating will be used. Those would be the 2 main solutions, either doing a PowerPoint with just slides on screen that you have voiceover with, or you can have photos that you put back to back so it looks like a slideshow. In that part, you're going to go a little bit more in depth about how the app is being used, these kinds of things. Last part of the video, take another 10 seconds to summarize what your app was and what's the long-term impact. So again, introduce your product. Second, show what it is in a PowerPoint or with photos. And third, summarize your solution. So now, if everyone's on board, I'll show you practically from my phone how to use the app called InShot to actually produce a video. Is everyone okay with that? Well, I can't hear you, but let's go ahead. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Floria and Barbara. Yay, super. So if there are any issues with connectivity, awesome, all you guys, Carlos, Arthur, Carrie. If there are any issues as we're kind of doing this with connectivity, just comment in the box, InShot, close, Pascal, okay. If there's any issue or you can't hear me because I'll be toggling between screens, just comment and I'll stop, I'll redo it. So for the rest of us, I'm gonna show you my phone screen. Let's try this. Okay. So everybody come in with me. Let's not look at these. Okay, do you see InShot? It's my second app right here. I'm trying to point to it. It looks like that. So you click it. Can everybody get to that point? You've opened up your app. Okay, great. Super. Okay, lots of people are getting done. So what you want to do is on the left-hand side, you click on video. And if you want to follow along, you can say new. The videos that you want, if you want to include photos, they're also
Sorry, Susanna, I think you disconnected there. Could you go back from the main menu?
Okay. Got it. Let's go back. Thank you for catching that. Okay, everyone's here? Click on video. Everyone, once you're there, click on new, because we're creating a new project. From this screen, it opens up your camera roll, which means everything that you've shot in the past on your phone is available. So this, as I explained, you've shot on your camera your intro, right? Introducing your solution. What is it? What's the impact and why it matters? Number two, then actually for this, let me go back to this screen. Yeah, so for this one, ooh, the light changed, okay. So remember, you've already shot your videos, introducing your solution. Number two, describing what your solution is. Number three, wrapping it up, summarizing your solution. So once you're ready, you should already have that footage in your camera roll. And that's why when you open up back to the phone, okay, back to the phone and you come here, you should already see your footage in your roll. So if everyone's there, I'm just going to click on the videos that I already filmed before this just to save time. Do you see that? You just click on that. And well, the introduction for D. Pile, who is asking, the introduction should be 10 seconds, which is where you say, our solution is this, and the impact of it is this. The middle chunk, where you describe in detail, and you can either show a PowerPoint or photos or graphics to show what your solution is, that part can be 40 seconds. Thank you, Violetta, that's very good. 10-second intro, 40-second solution, and the 10 seconds for conclusion, where you basically help the judges understand, again, like in summary, our solution is going to help, plot where cases have been popping up in Switzerland through this geolocation map. That's it, perfect. Maximum 1 minute, yes. D-Boss, okay. So now if everyone's here, we click OK, and you'll see, thank you all for joining. Okay, so if you're following along here, this screen should open up with your intro, middle part with the PowerPoint or graphics or whatever you have, and the conclusion. At the bottom where I'm scrolling, I'm just pushing along whatever files have been downloaded. I can see what it is. I'm going to reorder it. We had some technical issues for you hearing the audio. So I will disconnect and play you the audio afterwards, but at least let me show you some of the functions on the app. I know on my end, we built a website that will be the go-to. This is where my introduction is. I'm basically saying we built this website versus virus in order to bring everybody together. Why? Because we can only find a solution if we work together. You can't hear it, but that's what I say in the intro. Remember, this is not that I made the website, it's just a fake video to show you how to make it. If you want to reorder it, because right now the video app downloaded the footage in the wrong order, I can click on it and drag it to reorder it. Is everyone following up to that point? Okay, great, Remy, Jana, okay, perfect. You probably can't hear the audio. I can hear it, but you can't. I'll show you with the audio afterwards.
Susanna, we can hear it. A miracle.
You can hear it. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Okay, again, for those of us joining us now, it's called InShot. Okay, then let me play it with the understanding of the outline that we just explained, the 10-second intro, 40-second middle, 10-second conclusion. So to recap, we built a web. That's the conclusion. We're gonna reorder that. Just to reorder it, click on the footage that you want, just reorder it, just swap. It's very intuitive.
Hi, everybody. Different types of solutions in different sectors to tackle coronavirus. If you scroll to the bottom of the screen, well, here's the agenda for today. And at the very bottom of the screen, you'll see the types of topics and challenges that will be addressed in each of these areas. So to recap, we built a website that will be the go-to one-stop shop for all coronavirus-related solutions here in Switzerland. Thank you.
Yes, everyone was able to hear that? Perfect. Okay, we had issues with that and the testing phase. I'm so glad it's now working in the actual when it matters. So what can we do to edit this? If you want to, let's say, use the clip, but there's a portion that you wanted to remove, like you went too long or you were looking somewhere else in the camera, or the dog barked and then you restarted, but you forgot to create a new file. So whatever reason you need to cut a bit of the video, this is how you do that. Yes, the magic of live, Melanie, exactly. Okay, so let's say on this part, I'm just scrolling.
So here's our website at the very.
What if it's obvious that it's a website because I just mentioned it. I don't want to say that. How do I cut that out? Yes, we can also use it without sound and add other sound. We're going to do that after this, Valerie. So if I don't, please remind me, but we're going to show you how to add voiceover afterwards. In this case, what I did, because I'm trying to keep it really simple for you, is I just basically filmed with my phone, my laptop screen, like really homeschool, like old school style. I took my phone, I recorded my screen as I was scrolling down with the mouse, and I talked over it. That means there's no other editing involved, because as soon as you have the footage, you automatically have the voiceover with it. That's the easiest option. But again, I said, this is a website, right?
So here's our website.
I want to cut that out because it's redundant. I stop it here. Do you see, I'm scrolling right now, the options that we have. There's something called split, which is now right in the middle. Yes, you can also record PowerPoint presentation. Basically what you should do is have the PowerPoint presentation open, and as you're recording it with one hand, or your app partners are recording it with one hand, one person can talk through the PowerPoint as you're recording. Just film it on your mobile. The quality is good enough for this 1-minute video, Barbara, yeah. Okay, so I want to click split. Do you see that? All I did was click that middle button right here, split. Do you see that middle button right underneath the arrow? I'm gonna click back on this little clip where I say, this is the website. Zoom is good too, Usama, yeah. I'm gonna delete that. Do you see that delete button, the trash can right there? I'm gonna delete it. I just got rid of the bit where I say, this is a video, this is a website.
You'll see a brief description of what this website is doing.
See, so that means I saved a little bit of time in case I'm tight for time, because 1 minute goes by pretty quickly. That's one way to do it. Another way, which might be easier, instead of cutting, or you made a mistake or you cut too much of it, you go back and you click on the clip that you're on. And do you see how there's like that white box with the black arrow in it? Just stretch it out. I can regain what I just cut. Do you see that? For Mac, use iMovie, Remy. It's free. You should also already have it on your phone, on your laptop. It's super easy. Yeah.
So here's our website.
See, so I just got it back. If you cut something too much accidentally, just play with this. Play with this white black thing. All you have to do is highlight your clip that you want and just stretch it out to see how much of it that you want in there or not. As you notice, like if I unclick that clip, you'll see a little yellow text that says transition. You can add different transitions in between the cuts. Try not to get too fancy here, because the judges want to know what your product is. They don't care as much about, cool wipes and, that kind of thing. But it's there in case you want to do it. Let's just try something for fun.
You'll see
do you see that?
Nationwide. You'll see a brief.
That's like a transition you can use. Once you accept it, click on the right-handmost check mark to accept it. Another feature that you can use, the transition button on Android. Okay. If you unclick the clip that you're on, there's a little box that appears. Do you see that? Otherwise, you can kind of slide up top maybe. Sorry guys, I'm on Apple, so I only see it there. You don't have split, only trim. In that case, you can go under, well, trim is quite similar. The only difference between them is then you can either duplicate a clip and then cut the portion that you don't want. Or, Elena, you can go under here. It's called pre-cut. you have options for cut and split. I don't know if that solves the problem. These are different ways to cut. The transition button, Murad, I think if you unclick it, you might be able to find it, something like that. Okay, no transition, but if there's someone on Android who can find that transition button, can you please share in the comment, please? Yeah. Okay, and if you make a mistake anytime, do you see on the left-hand most side that you see that back arrow here? That's undo. The good old Control Z, the Control Z. Okay, one thing that you do want, I also want to show you is subtitles. Let's say you want, okay, yes, thank you, Barbara. If you want to add subtitles, go under text, T for text. That's the one that I'm kind of moving here under the button. This is good because like people were saying in research, in the next year or two, 80–90% of content online is going to be video. And a lot of this stuff is watched without audio. So adding subtitles is a good idea in case you want to repurpose this for something else. This is just for your information. So if I'm saying, hello, everybody, blah, 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 I just type that in. I can drag it. It even tells me where it's centered. I can change the font color, right? I can change it, enter. And you see now there's a different layer underneath that's been added. Someone had asked about recording audio separately, recording other things. So this will create layers on how to do it. I'm going to play it to time the subtitle to match my words.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, first of all, I say hi instead of hello. So I'm going to fix that by clicking on it, clicking the pencil button, which is the edit button. And then I go back.
Hi, everybody.
I want to stop right there because that's when the audio stops. Same way, underneath at the bottom of the screen on the timeline, just trim that subtitle to where I want it.
Hi, everybody. Our solution.
You see that? Does everyone see how you can do the hovering at the edge of something and you see the little arrow? You can push it back and forth to time the subtitle to match your voiceover. That's how you do subtitles. If you want to do this, you can do it. You can even add different layers here. Hi, everybody, blah, blah, blah. You can add a second layer. This is the second line, right? However you want to do it. And I think it's a cool idea if you do have several members or the entire group that's working on the solution together. You know, not everyone needs to speak, but it's kind of a nice way to show whoever is involved. That's if you can do that via Zoom or something. I don't know, that's just an idea. Now let's say, instead of this part about the video where I scroll through the footage, I'm gonna delete this. I don't want to use the clip here in the middle because I want to show you now, not recording a PowerPoint or a website with my phone on the computer, but now I want to show you how to do voiceover to photos or static images. First, I'm going to delete this middle part, the video clip, trash can. To add new content to your timeline that you already have, do you see the red plus button in the bottom left hand of the screen? Can everybody see that? Okay, great. Marcus, Carrie, okay, great. So I'm not going too fast or anything. Okay, great. So press that red button. You can add more footage to this timeline. I'm going to add photos, right? On top you can see video, photo, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to now add photos in the same way you can add graphics. You can add hand-drawn images of your solution. You can do PowerPoint individual slides that you decided to do photos with instead of video. Whatever static image you have, you can use that. I placed it in, I'm going to place it in the correct order. It looks all backwards now. Again, how to do that, highlight the image, click and drag, whatever image you want in whatever order. These are photos. You'll see that the photos come in with the automatic length of 5 seconds. This though, my friends, is adjustable. So if you're going to do voiceover and you want to really hover over this part about how much time we have until the end of the hackathon, or how to use this, app that you just developed to track, crash related, tutorials online, whatever it is, you can lengthen the clips like that. Of course, the image will not change, it's just the photo, but you have more time to do your voiceover on top of it. So how do we want to add voiceover? Do you see everybody at the bottom at this rolly screen thing? There's something called music. There's a music note. Okay, great. Click on music. If you want to get fancy, I suggest playing it simple for this video. There are things called tracks, which is music. There are effects, which do sound effects. I would stay away from both of those. Go straight to record. There's a countdown. And then now you can record your voiceover, and you see that the photos change according to my voiceover, and I'm recording. So this is another way that's a little bit more controlled, I guess, if you want to show this kind of stuff. And let's say you don't like it, just press stop. I can, on the right-hand side, you see that like backwards circle arrow. That just gives you another countdown. You redo it from the start. Here's a website for versus virus, which we invented. And here's how much time is left until the end of the hackathon. And now I'm noticing that this clip is too long, so I might restart the voiceover and shorten this photo slide. Here's a list of the agenda today, blah, blah, blah. Let's say I like that one. Let's say I like that voiceover. After I record it, I'm gonna click the checkbox. Now, it inputted it directly in here. Does everybody see that it created another layer? Just like it created another layer for subtitles. The subtitles, you don't see it now because I'm not in the subtitle category, but as you can see, the subtitle still lives. Here is the voiceover. I can play it now.
Here, do it from the start. Here's the website for versus virus, which we invented, and here's how much time.
Okay, so that's another option. So now we have two options, right? You can record some footage on your phone of your screen, whether it's a PowerPoint presentation or you're filming something else, or you could even film your colleagues working on something and say, here are the colleagues who are working on this together via Zoom virtually on this app, whatever it is. Second option, where you talk about your solution, is to do this. Import some photos and record your voiceover. Is everyone clear up to that point? Adding voiceover, adding subtitles, trimming or cutting footage, lengthening footage, adding new content into your timeline, that kind of stuff. Lengthen a clip, okay. Just click on the clip. Do you see that it highlights wherever I click? You don't see my fingers, but that's how you highlight. You see the white box with the black line in the middle? Just lengthen that. You see? That's it. You can lengthen that photo as much as you want. You can shorten it. Does that answer your question, Viva? Hopefully it does. You have okay. Just remember, please, that the judges want, the box is not open for me. It doesn't have to open. You just click on it and do you see that little white rectangle with the black thing that I'm moving here? Just hold it down and push it to the left or to the right while you're holding down that white thing, that white black box. Okay, great. Okay, super. Just remember, your whole video can only be a minute long, right? That's one stipulation that you have to have. So when you record this stuff, write your content before you film your intro and your conclusion, your PowerPoint, because you don't want to go over a minute. Transition for Android, Murad, I'm not sure if anyone else has found it. He's asking about how to create transitions in Android. Been able to find that. Okay, please comment if you do find a way to transition. One last end of our session is if you go under, let's see, it was stickers. Do you see stickers? Perfect, Jana, that is perfect. Yes, 10-second introduction. saying what is your solution and why it matters. Second part, 40-second, where you go more in detail with your solution. You can show photos of it, prototyping, and then 10-second conclusion. Perfect. Will everyone look at John's comment in the comment box right now? That's exactly the structure that we recommend. Okay, so the one last thing I want to show you all is kind of fun. If you see sticker, do you see that smiley face sticker? I don't know if it looks the same on Android. I'm going to click on that. So here are some fun stickers and stuff, but that's not what we want to add because it might be a little bit chaotic for the judges. Under there, do you see that second image, which is that traditional image of a photo, right? The photo gallery, which is the second thing next to the shopping bag to the right. If you click on that, you can actually import a photo that you can overlay into your screen. So let's say I want to show this photo, right? And maybe I want to make it into a small box. I can zoom in and out of the photo by, how would you say, squeezing 2 fingers in and out to make it smaller or bigger. Do you see, everyone understand what I'm trying to say? If you put 2 fingers down on the image and you separate the 2 fingers while holding it down, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. So look at that, you can actually make
here in Switzerland is to have a 3-day hackathon.
You see that? You can actually do like pinch in, pinch out. Thank you, Lorena. I couldn't think of the term. Pinch in or pinch out on the photo. Do you see how cool that is though? You can drop in a photo and have that appear. Yeah, it's Barbara, it's amazing. So let's say then you just want to like have that also in your intro. You can do that. Or you can have, you know, a photo of your group, all your group members, like a group photo in that top hand corner or something. Yes, we can do that again, Carlos. Let's pick a different part. So hi everybody, it's the second time, blah, blah, blah. Click on, see that smiley face, now kind of push towards the center here.
Sorry, Susanna, I think you...
Background with a photo, yeah. Sorry, did I lose you?
Yeah, we lost about 10 seconds there.
Okay, can everyone hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay, okay, super. I think I locked out for a little bit. Carlos wanted to see how to do the photos again, how to insert the photos. Click on sticker. Do you see the smiley face sticker? Click on that. Okay, do you see that? Click. And the second icon that you see, the one with the mountains and the moon, is the traditional. Otherwise, you can just say choose from camera roll. Carlos, you see that? I'm gonna select whatever photo that I want, pinch in, pinch out, however I wanna do it, place it wherever I wanna place it. And that's it, and then you click the check mark. You're welcome. Okay, so that is kind of the last thing. And of course, after you do that, you have the middle blah, 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 where you explain the solution and then your conclusion. The photo I think is like 5 seconds. It stays up for 5 seconds. I think there's a way to adjust it, look. So here's one question that you might have. Oh, I don't see the sticker anymore. I see it on the screen, but I don't know how to fix the sticker time. How do I do that? Click back into the icon that is related to that. If I want to change the sticker, then you see it on a different level. Do you see that? Jana, do you see that? And Julia? Okay, then you can click on that the same way we do the other stuff. Lengthen it, change the position even. If I click it, I can even like totally move it somewhere else. Honestly, this is like super fun. You could do a lot with this. That's about it. Were there any questions that were not addressed or anything to redo? Because officially we're done. But if anyone has any other questions, I can stay on for a bit and answer them. Oh, Gavin, do you know how much time we can take questions in case there are people?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there are any other events until later. So, I mean, I'll check the schedule, but you can keep answering questions.
Okay, maybe we could do like 10, 15 minutes of questions then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stephanie, Yeah, okay, maybe 10, 15 minutes of other questions. Stephanie, it's not mandatory to use InShot. I just chose that because it's super easy and it's highly rated by viewers. You can also use other ones like KineMaster. Oops, let me try to type that. iMovie, KineMaster. These are all different types of things. Oh, good question. Versus, okay, so our host is asking portrait or landscape. If you're on like Instagram stories or TikTok, these kinds of things, the portrait version is good. Landscape though, it allows you to get more in the shot, especially if you're going to use PowerPoint or something. You probably want to show more horizontally. So I would say try to go for landscape. How do I bring your phone screen on Zoom? So Barbara, I think it's only a webinar feature maybe. I'm there, and then you can connect your phone and show your phone on Zoom. You can make it spin, Carrie says. Yeah, there are lots of transition and fun stuff you can do. For the judges though, I would keep it simple. Be clear on your messaging, say this is our solution, this is the long-term impact, and this is feasible, and this is how we've made it work. So for this 1 minute clip, you wanna make it clear, simple, crisp, but for your own personal use, you can make it spin or whatever it is. I'm not on the Slack group. For questions, but maybe Gavin and there are questions. Arnaud, changing your background with the photo, I think the easiest way to do it is to actually import a photo and then make the small screen pinch thing something different, if that makes sense. Instead of changing your background to a photo. If I don't know if I'm answering that question. You're welcome, Mona. A good frame or format for Elena. That's a good point. Let me show you how to actually export the video. So if after you're very, very happy with your wonderful, wonderful minute-long video, do you see at the top right-hand corner, there's that little box with the upwards arrow? Everybody see that? Yeah, that's exporting or saving your video. And then in your camera roll, it will automatically appear. And I think the automatic file format and size is 1080, which is HD, which is perfect enough for web. Does that answer your question? Okay, so Remy's saying we can't use the fancy transitions. It's a paid feature. Maybe that's for the best because I myself really go overboard with the transitions like star transition and things like that. So maybe it's best that it's paid only. Any presentation, Usama's asking, are presentations included at the video or can we include it? At least for the 1 minute video, you can use that as a way to visually show what your solution is. I don't know if part of the submission process requires a PowerPoint. That's probably something more for the organizers to answer. But on the video side, I would recommend that you do a short version of it in the video because you want to explain to the judges in 1 minute what your solution is. Okay, Melanie's asking, what would you advise the percentage of the amount of information in the video? I see, okay. I would say the introduction in the first 10 seconds where you say, this is the solution and this is why it matters. I would say, keep it smile, but in a professional tone, I would explain what it is. In the middle of it, if you decide to bring in your personality or a little bit of, humor, I think that's okay. But because it's only 60 seconds, I would really keep it focused on the content. But of course, use some jokes if you want to make good humored jokes in the middle. I hope that answers the question. The other apps, yes, thank you. Yeah, perfect. So iMovie's only for iPhone. KineMaster, I think it's for both Apple and Android. And then, of course, the one that we're using now is InShot. If you're curious, there are some other ones I've downloaded, like Filmic Pro, which is the top left-hand one. That's a paid for one. It basically gives you like camera-ish, okay. I haven't used it in a while, but that's this. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a paid version. I think it's like 14 bucks or something, but that's kind of what it looks like. InShot's the one we were using. KineMaster is the other one that I recommended. Yeah, so those are some options. I honestly really like InShot. It's super easy. Yeah, KineMaster is paid. It is, oh, is it? Wait, actually, I'm not sure. Oh, you know what it is? I think if you want to use KineMaster without the watermark, it is not free. So the free version of KineMaster, even though it's super easy to use, will have the word KineMaster on behind all your photos or videos. So that's, yeah, Zoom is great. You can record on Zoom, it's perfect. You can also use iMovie, KineMaster, or InShot, which is what we just did today. You're welcome, Melanie. I'll stick around for another 5 minutes. If anyone has any other questions. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you all. Big hand to the organizers and all of you, because you guys are the ones actually creating solutions. Any tool for desktop screen recording to device? That's a good question. I think you could do that on Zoom even. Thanks, Remy. I think you can record on Zoom or Skype even, I think. Can teams use animated videos? Absolutely, but that takes a lot of time and effort and work, more than what I just showed you today. Today's thing was more like, how do you make a quick and easy video? But if you can animate it, like, that would be amazing. Thanks, Barbara. InShot good for animated videos? No, I don't think so. Unless you do like 100 photos of something, and then you like put them back to back to back to back to back on the timeline and make each clip like a second, then you can fake an animated photo. For animation, honestly, like even at work when we have animated videos, we hire external animators, infographic animators to do it. And that's kind of higher value than something that we can do just simply. So I don't know of an app that can animate. If there is someone who knows, please share it in the group. Yeah, oh, okay, so Mauro was asking if there's a way to record your desktop screen, right? So Zoom, Skype, you can do this also on your mobile. I don't know if you knew this. So if you, I don't know if on the Android version, but on Apple, if you go to the bottom of your screen and you put your finger up like this, just swipe up. Do you see this at the very bottom of the screen? There's that like circle within a circle here, this one. I'm clicking on it now. It's blinking back and forth. That's a record button. So then it's not working now because I'm sharing the screen with you, I think. But if I click that, then I can record what's happening on my screen. That's a cool option. It's a screen recording option on your phone. Demoing an app. I'm not sure I quite understand, Usama.
Yeah, I think tools
Usama,
like
if you don't mind clarifying that question. You're welcome. InVision, sorry.
Yeah, InVision or Marvel, which are tools for making wireframes for applications or websites. So if you want to make a demo of a website or a demo of an application.
Ah, okay, no, I'm sorry, that's beyond me. InVision or Marvel. Okay, no, yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that question. Yeah. Any last questions? Quick time to do video recording on MacBook. Okay, InVision, okay. InVision, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. See, I'm learning something new every day. One last question? No, if not, thank you very much. Thanks, Elena. Thank you, everybody. No more questions. Oh yeah, Carrie, you got this. You got this. Super, super. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, everybody. I think that is it. All right, everybody, you go do your thing, find those solutions, pitch that thing in that video and impress the judges. And this sounds corny, but honestly, you're all winners because you're all doing something really good on a global scale. So yeah, thanks very much, everybody. Bye.
All right, I'm switching you off. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Great job. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.